clearly you're going to find out how he reacts to that encounter when he comes back. The fact that she's now the queen, she is the all-powerful, it kind of changes the dynamic of their relationship, and they lost the last child, took his own life. Obviously that relationship has always been very complicated. It's not less complicated now. I think, you know, he earned his name Kingslayer when he killed the Mad King who was about to, you know, firebomb the whole city. Now his sister did something very similar. Yeah. How does that affect him? That's, you know, you'll have to watch the show to find out.
I think Brienne of Tarth feels she's at her best when she's honouring that oath to Catelyn Stark, which of course is transferred to the Stark girls to restore the Stark girls to their home. But what we actually see, and I think we've seen it over the seasons, is this evolution of self, whereby Brienne starts to question those preconceived ideas, the received ideas she has about how her life should be, how she should live her life, and what loyalty truly means. Does loyalty mean adhering blindly to someone who perhaps is making poor decisions, or does it mean trying to steer them towards the better way?
Bronn, he's still kind of aligned with Jaime because he's waiting for his payoff. He sacrificed quite a bit to hook up with Jaime in the first place, and there's things on the table there which haven't been delivered, like castles and the more beautiful wife. A proper, significant castle. He's still with him, and in for some exciting bit of action that he thought he might be walking away from, and he's been dragged back in, and he's getting on a bit. He's not as quick and fleet-footed a sellsword as he used to be. So it's getting dangerous for him, I'd say, in that respect.
We must be allies now if we wish to survive.
Well, Laurie is joining forces with what's her name again? Daenerys.
It happens. Stuff happens.
It's the repetition, isn't it? With Daenerys, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us in force. There's a ton of us now getting together.
The Princess Shireen.
Tell him what you did to her. Tell him!
It's an interesting philosophical question. I don't think he'll hunt her down. He did want her dead, and Jon, in his clarity, said, no, you need to get out of here, quick.
Yeah.
If he met her on the road, I think there's every possibility he could pull out a Kalashnikov and let her have it in a hail of... And the guns are getting bigger, aren't they?
Yeah, it was a Glock last time.
It's getting bigger.
Yeah, I think he would. He'd pop a cap in her
several
aforementioned.
It was a clash.
Yeah, he would. But I don't think he'd hunt her down. He's not. Well, as we know, one of the reasons we like him, he's not vengeful. He's not vindictive. Yeah. So theoretically, he would take her out, I think. But you know, with this show, anything could happen. They could end up with 2.2 children living in Dorne, drinking lovely wine.
A great romance.
Yeah, indeed.
He's my king, from this day until his last day.
The very end of season 6, we see him become King of the North. He has been an underdog, and we started with him at the very start, being this black sheep of the family and an illegitimate child, just going up to the Night's Watch to try and make something of his life, and now he's King of the North. Like, that's a huge trajectory. There's a lot of pride in that for him, you know. He's more than his father was. He's not even warden in the North, he's King in the North. I mean, that's incredible. But it's not something he asked for, so we'll see how he deals with it.
Did it ever once occur to you that I might have some insight?
I've always liked that storyline, Sansa and Jon. I think that's incredible foresight in writing. Basically putting these two people who we've never seen interact before, but we know have a history, and instantly they go back to disliking each other.
Sibling rivalry.
Sibling rivalry. Like, they would never, just because all this has happened doesn't mean they're going to get on as people anymore, still. I really enjoy working opposite Sophie Turner. I think she's a fabulous actor. And she irritates me in real life just as much as Sansa irritates Jon, so it works.
It's method acting.
Yeah, very little effort put in.